We may not always have the ability to control our hearts. Our hearts desire, and that's natural. But we do choose which thoughts we entertain. Today's mitzvah, the Rambam mentions a very sad story from the prophets in the book of Kings, where a king called Achav coveted a plot of land which belonged to an individual called Navis who lived nearby his palace. After realizing that he wasn't going to be able to convince Navis to sell it to him, the king's wife Izabel plotted a show trial against Navis, bringing to his death and enabling her husband to get the land. Today's mitzvah is the prohibition of Loitis Ave, don't covet, which is a step before yesterday's mitzvah, which was when a person covets something which belongs to somebody else and then starts to think about a way how they're going to get it from them, and eventually manages to get it, even though the person didn't want to sell it to them, but they managed to convince them somehow. Today's mitzvah is a step before that, when the person covets the item and entertains the thoughts of how they're going to get it, whether it's going to be through trying to convince the other person to sell it to them, or to switch it for something which is better than it. Already entertaining those thoughts is violating today's prohibition, and if they would then manage to acquire it from their friend, they would be violating yesterday's prohibition also, so it would be two prohibitions. And the point that the Rambam is really bringing out over here is that this could lead to worse and worse, because if the friend will not agree to sell it to them, they might go and rob it from them. And then if the other person would be resistant to that, they might end up killing the other person, like in the story of Achav and Navis. So entertaining thoughts of coveting something which belongs to somebody else is something which could lead to very bad outcomes. Thank you for watching.